Welcome back to our Profit Era, where we talk about all things money, mindset, and business. It's your host, Cindy, your fractional CFO and financial bestie. And today I want to talk about pricing. I know a lot of people struggling with increasing their prices, so I really just wanted to share more about it. So let's get into it. So, why can't you afford to keep your prices the same? Well, the answer is inflation. So inflation is increasing year over year, yet people struggle to increase their prices. So what happens if inflation affects your costs? So your marketing costs, your subscriptions, your contractors, your wages, all of those things are going up. But if you don't increase your prices, you're going to end up having like very little margins and basically operating your business at a loss, which isn't why you started your business in the first place. Now, think about it. Tiffany's is selling a paperclip for $1,500. Louis Vuitton is selling dumbbells for $2,700, and they only weigh 6 pounds. Chanel sells the same handbag over and over again, and nobody blinks or asks them to reduce their prices to buy that bag because they've established that reputation. And Alex Hormozi, he pulled in $100 million in a single weekend launch. The point, there is no shortage of money out there in the world. You're just serving the wrong people if you feel like you can't increase your prices. And you need to be willing to charge what you're worth. So let's talk about inflation. Inflation averages 3 to 5% every single year. So, regardless of you increasing your prices or not, the cost of everything is going up 3 to 5%, which is huge. So, if you don't raise your prices, you're quietly taking a pay cut. And we all know you didn't start your business to run a charity. You started a business to be profitable, to make money, and to support your personal life. Now, if you don't increase your prices, you're going to be losing out. So let's say, for example, you have $1,000 package service that you provide, and your costs are about $400 for that service. Well, based on that, you'd have a $600 profit, right? Well, let's say your costs increase by 8%. So that's $432 on your $400 cost. So if you don't adjust your prices, your profit's going to drop to $568. So you're working the same, charging the same, but at the end of the day, once you pay your costs, you're left with less money. Now, I want to share this tip. So if you're thinking, I need to increase my prices, like Cindy, I know, but I'm afraid. I don't even know how much to increase it by. Well, in my VAM strategy session with the Hormozi team, they had recommended a 20% price increase, and it's the fastest way to increase your bottom line. So, most service providers, based on the conversations I have on a daily basis with my fractional CFO and tax clients, they're undercharging. So, 20% isn't outrageous. It's really helping you have a profitable bottom line and factor in inflation as well. So, why people pay more? You think that people are willing to pay your services or your prices, but every day, luxury brands prove the opposite. So, I told you Tiffany's has a paperclip for $1,500. Louis Vuitton has 6-pound dumbbells for $2,700. Chanel bags go for $10,000 plus. Luxury designer items, they have wait lists all the time. And these aren't needs. These are like luxury items that the average person does not need, but people are happily wanting to spend money on these things because of the value and perception these items provide. So price really signals your status, your quality, and your confidence. So when you undercharge, you're not just protecting your clients, you're really signaling to your clients that you're not confident You don't believe in the value and the service you provide. And let me be real with you. I get it. I just tripled the prices of all my packages, 3 times what I was charging before. And yes, it felt scary. It felt so uncomfortable. But being in that session with the Hormozis and understanding the value that I provide, I know I'm worth every dollar and I should be charging more than that. And if you stay in the same spot working with clients who don't value what you provide, what happens then? You burn yourself out, you resent your business, you resent your clients, and you keep shrinking your own potential. We don't want that, do we? And this week, like I was talking to a bookkeeper. She told me a client she reached out to that has been working with her monthly for like about a couple years now. She decided to increase her prices and told her clients about that. And the client, they just ghosted her. She was disappointed about losing that consistent monthly income coming in from that client. But what I told her was that just made space for someone who really values what you bring to the table. Losing that misaligned client means it's clearing room for better. Now, I've reached out to majority of my corporate clients, letting them know about my price increases. And some of them emailed me saying, actually, like, we can't pay that much and we're not looking for that type of service. It did hurt, but I knew those people leaving is just creating space for the people that value fractional CFO work, fractional CFO support. They want to build profitable businesses so that they can pay themselves more, they can build their cash flow. They really want to build good financial systems in their business. And that's the support I want to provide. I don't want to chase people for the sake of getting paid, for the sake of just filing tax returns and not really adding value, because there's so many accountants that can do that just enter numbers in a tax return and you don't talk to them the following year. And that's not me. I need to stay true to myself and the prices that reflect my worth. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I totally understand if it feels uncomfortable for you. And a lot of times it's just you're serving the wrong type of clients, and you really just need to find people that value what you do and the service you provide. Now, Alex Hormozi says this all the time: solve rich people problems, they pay better. And I totally agree with that. The more money someone's making, the more established they are, they understand the value of like a fractional CFO versus someone that's self-employed, just starting up, doesn't have good bookkeeping system, nothing in place, and they're kind of just winging it year over year. Now, they're not going to value a $3,000 a month fractional CFO support. Whereas someone that's making consistent income, they've been in business for 5 to 10 years, they know they need to get their bottom line in check. They need to fix the leaks in their business so they can pay off their debt. They can actually grow. They can hire more team members, whatever it is. They're going to value fractional CFO support better, which is why now my services are geared to that point. So I really just want you to understand that it's okay to increase your prices. It's okay to lose clients. It's okay to burn your business down, restructure things. You have control over your business, not your client. So you control price, you control who you work with. It's scary losing people and starting over. But as you grow and evolve, so should your business, so should your pricing. Just because you priced a certain amount 5 years ago doesn't mean you need to continue those prices now. So I want you to reframe and look at your business, your prices, your offers with abundance. Like, for example, with Hormozi's 100 million book, he did $100 million in a single weekend launch. Now, did that money appear out of thin air? People are saying, like, the economy, people are losing jobs, all these kind of things. Well, how did Alex Hormozi make $100 million in a weekend? The money was already circulating in the world, waiting for someone bold enough to claim it. And he did, because he was attracting the people that valued his insight and the information he's providing. People that want to grow and scale their businesses. They understand the value, the return on investment, that investing in a $30 book or like $8,000 for all the additional playbooks. They understood the return on investment on those books, and they decided to invest in those things. And those are the type of people that you want to work with. People that understand the value and the things that you provide. So here are some action steps you can take today. Start raising your prices by 3 to 5% minimum. Aim for 20%. Implement 20% increases all the time. So let's say you start at a certain point, you start selling those services. Well, increase your prices by 20% for the next 5 clients. And then once you have those 5 clients, increase it again by 20%. Just keep doing that, because the more clients you start to work with, the more experience you get and the more confident you feel charging what you're worth. Add clarity, add boundaries, and add premium delivery to your services. So next time you hesitate to raise your prices, or someone says you're priced too much, I can't afford it, remember this. Tiffany sells a paperclip for $1,500. Louis Vuitton sells 6-pound dumbbells for $2,700, guys. Chanel never discounts their products. Hormozi pulled in $100 million in a weekend, and he's the one telling you you need to raise your prices by 20%. So when you feel scared, remember me telling you I've tripled my own prices for my packages. And remember that bookkeeper who lost a ghosting client but made space for a better one, because that's going to happen for you too. Keeping your prices the same doesn't keep you safe, it keeps you stuck. And raising them is the only way to protect your profit, honor your value, and step into your main character energy role. So that's it for today's episode. If you found it helpful, share it with a friend who also needs to increase their prices. If you have any questions or need any additional support, my DMs are always open. You can DM me at It's Cindy Kumar. I'd be more than happy to talk prices with you. And that's it for today's episode. I'll see you next time.